Are you crazy?
Well, I've tried the manju, and I've tried the flowers. I think the flowers taste better.
ABC Steve, FlipSideCT here. Last video I had was a show I attended in Cromwell, Connecticut, and before that I did a little bio. Took a long time to make, so I'm just sort of still promoting it. If someone's into Brian Eno and wants to learn a little bit about him and Roxy Music, you know, check out that video about 2 videos ago. Anyway, I made a friend through my years of going to shows. His name is Mike. I'll post something on how to get in touch with him, I believe on Facebook. And he just does by appointments only, just for some, if you want to view and make some purchases. But he does the shows frequently in the New York City area, and he invited us to his house, and just a cool house, really neat. And he showed us his collection, which is just magnificent. He and I'm sure we crossed paths back in the early 80s in New York City. He was a DJ at Dance Interior, one of these funky clubs back then and earlier. And he does some fun work now with film, and I don't want to get too much into it. He's a very modest guy, but he was in the industry and has great collections, and sells some really cool albums. I've bought plenty of that you've seen. So he invited and allowed my friend and I, Ron, go over there, and we dug. Again, we saw his collection, and it was great. We then went into his little studio of albums, and so I took a little video clip. So here you go.
Noise on it,
Listen while I tell you of this little old club maker from Connecticut. Clocks are made one very good. He made them out of scraps of wood. But that is not the story I must tell you after all. What a wonderful.
So I did walk out of there with a few albums, and one of the albums I did need, and I wanted to just get a good copy, which is the Blonde on Blonde. This is an English import, and it's really pristine condition. I paid a few dollars for this, but I figured this was something I just wanted to get from my collection. Dylan albums are just always scratched up, but this one is just really cool. Anyway, this next album, I think this is his 5th one, solo. This is Brian Ferry, The Bride Stripped Bare. And this is a little more serious Brian Ferry, but I really like this album. This was just a few dollars, $4 for this. Cover's beat up, but the album's just really pristine. So, as I was looking through, he'll play some records for you. And one of these bands I just picked up, I just liked the cover, and then I did not recognize who this was, and then I looked at the back, and the band is Beaver and Kraus. They're electronic, working a lot with synthesizers. I think Beaver had worked with Nature Sounds prior, but these guys are, you want to call it progressive or some type of electronic, but on here playing guitar is Mike Bloomfield, and also Ronnie Montrose. So this is what I heard first. I just said I gotta have it. Then when I get home and I listen to it a little more, the album is a really different, unique sounding album, and they recorded half of it in San Francisco's Grace Cathedral back in 1971. So it's got this really full sound, but this was really a really wild album. You know, they're using the Moog a lot here, the two guys, but they're also incorporating the band. And they were involved with Jack Nitzsche and Performance, the movie with Jagger. But these guys are known in the industry. But it's really cool. I really like this.
Yeah.
This next album, so we were listening to an album my friend Ron had given Mike to play, and we were listening to it, and I just shook my head no. I didn't care for it at all. It was an 80s sound, but Mike had said, you know what? He goes, I want you to listen to his first album, and it's from 1974.
It's so in vain, you know pain. Oh, which leads me to say, love is so tragical this way.
So the guy's name is David Werner. Now, I think it would be cool if someone says, yeah, I know him, and could tell me more about him. But I looked him up. I think he's from Pittsburgh or LA, I'm not sure. But he was, they call it a glam, in a Bowie-ish type sense. But, so Mike played this album for me, and I said, holy shit, I want this.
Like a cowboy, boy. She says, hey, you sound a lot like a cowboy. She says, hey, there'll never be a time like now, boy, to take me for a ride. Woo!
Because song after song, it's just brilliant. Mike was saying that this guy has got to be resurrected somehow, and this album has to get some notice. I was even playing it. My wife loved it. David Werner, first album, WizKid. All right, speaking of some clubs, back in the 80s, and I think this album came out in 81 or 83, anyway. When I first heard it, I couldn't even understand what they were singing about. I just knew I had to have it, and I had to find it. And it was so new from this club that, no one had it, and I'm just having this song in my head, and they're saying, well, what does it sound like? I couldn't even imitate it. I said, I don't even know what the lyrics are. And then I finally realized it's something about lawn chairs.
Lawn chairs are everywhere, they're everywhere. My mind is trying to live. Oh, little me. Lawn chairs are everywhere, they're everywhere. My mind is trying to live.
So, our daughter's wedding, I know I've talked and mentioned I'm not a big fan of the 80s syntho pop, so the drum sounds, but these guys are just, I enjoy these guys so much. And this album is pretty decent. It's an EP, but this was fun. Just real fun. Now, still collecting some of this, John Cale, Slow Dazzle, and this is from 1975. The cool thing about this is it has Phil Manzanera, has Chris Spedding, has Brian Eno on it, and a bunch of other folks, but I really am impressed, and I like this album. Still needed this one for the collection, and the production of these guys, are just so cool. It's so well thought out and placed. So this is fun. And I did get this, definitely because of Bowie. This is a promo. Merry Christmas, Mr. Lawrence. More on the classical side. But this is something I have wanted, and it crossed me, so I picked it up. And collecting some Eno. This is a combination Eno, Moebius, Rodelius, and Planck. Definitely a different sounding album and collaboration. Good one for me. And that's it. So from there, I went to another store with Ron in Nyack called Kayam, a very small store, and didn't really pick up anything. But they were doing well. They're the only store in that area, so they said the business was well. I then went to Clockwork Orange, which is Hastings on the Hudson, and I've been there before, and I showed what it looked like in some other videos. But really cool. I found Ian McCulloch. Those of you who don't know Ian, he is from Echo and the Bunnymen. How could you not recognize a voice like that? This is his one of his solos. It came with this book, this little booklet, which is a I guess a press release. But this album is just good. If you like Echo and the Bunnymen, you're gonna like this because it's him singing. This is a promo also. Great. This was sealed. Cluster and Eno, Old Land. Again, collecting Eno. This last one. This is from what year? 1971. It's 1970. Folk, psych, I don't know what you want to call it, but hearing the first song like this one wanted me to get it.
If you wanna go to San Francisco or maybe go down to LA, the only stipulation is you gotta go one way in the chocolate.
And so they have Kaleidoscope and Bernice, and it's just a folky psych album. And another cut here. Check it out. Just some good jamming. Now the thing is, David Lindley. Some of you may know David and heard of him, but he plays in this band lead guitar. That is all, folks. I hope you enjoyed that and maybe got turned on to something. Definitely check out David Warner into the glam rock and just really good rock sound. Just listen to it on YouTube. You be the judge. That first album, the second, third, Anyway, that's all. I got a couple of purchases online and went some from the store. and I hope all is well with everyone. See you soon.